Howdy everyone, Pete Daddy here, and welcome back to the Christmas to Glory series here on FIFA 20. Today I wanted to show you guys some of the changes we have made to our team, plus we have FUT Champs highlights, and let me show you how we're doing so far in FUT Champs. Right now we are 8 wins and 3 losses, and overall I am pretty pleased with that. I did not know what to expect going into this weekend league with our starter squad versus all of these established squads, so my main goal was to get to gold 3, which is 14 wins. And after our start, we should have no problem getting to gold 3. We may even be able to push on a little further. I would love to get to gold 1, but that will be a little bit more of a challenge with the team that we have. On my established account, I was playing to gold 1. I could get into the elite ranks, and I did that a few times, but the team of the week packs were just terrible. And the team of the weeks just don't sell for quite as much. I mean, the last couple of weeks, we've had a couple better team of the weeks, but I've just enjoyed playing to gold 1 on my main team. And so, it'd be amazing if we could get those 2 jumbo rare players packs, especially with team of the year coming up pretty soon. But before we get to the highlights, let me show you here what we have done to our team. We've made some changes. We sold Marcus Rashford. We sold Anthony Martial. We sold Musa Sissoko. And what we have now is this Lautaro Martinez, just absolutely epic card. Just can't even tell you how good this card is. I'm really, really enjoying him. This is the first time I've really seriously played with Lautaro this year, and he is a monster. I've played with Mertens several times throughout the year. He's really good at FIFA 20. I've always liked playing with him. He's very agile, which really helps out at FIFA 20. Allan is just an absolute monster. You can play him as a defensive midfielder. I'm playing him a little bit more box to box right now, and he's done amazing for me in that role. This is my first time really playing with Matuidi seriously this year. I don't love him, but I like him. I don't know who I could replace him with. I'll have to give that some thought, but I would like to upgrade Matuidi at some point. And I have Douglas Costa now for what he does. If you just need a speedster down the wing to open up space, create some things, dribble well, he's your man. Now, you're not going to ask him to just bury goals left and right, but for opening up defenses, he does really well with that. We did keep Dembele, and we did keep Lucas Moura for a super sub, and I was just able to pick up Felipe Anderson not too long ago for 5,400 coins, which is a steal. He's going for about 7,500 coins, and I picked up Zaha for 2,900 coins, which is another steal because he's going for about 5,000 coins. So we now have some super subs on our bench, and that was one of our problems. My players were getting worn down, and I didn't really have anybody to bring in to replace them. So now we do have some players to replace them. But overall, I'm loving this team. I've been competitive in basically every match. We did go up against one really strong player that if I would have had my main team, it would have been a good match. Everyone else, with my main team, I would have beaten, but I've been in every single game. So let's just get to the highlights. This is the fun. They're going to go bing, bang, boom. So we're just going to roll goal after goal after goal and just try to showcase you some of these highlights and what I think was important. So let me get the tape loaded. Okay, here we go. The very first game, I forgot to record the whole game. So at the very end, I remembered, oh, gosh, I should have recorded that. So we did win our first one 6-3. It was just kind of one of those games where just a lot of goals flew in. So I've got recorded some of the highlights here at the end. So winning 6-3, we just were knocking down some goals. Believe that one's from Mertens, just knocking it in. And these, especially from the highlights, are just going to go bing, bang, boom. There's Allan knocking in goals. He has done really well banging in goals for us this weekend league. There was Lautaro. Just if you have not tried him out and he'll fit in your team, he's amazing. There's Lautaro again, just banging it in. Just absolutely incredible this year for us. I believe that was Lautaro. Yeah, Lautaro, I believe, had a hat trick in that first game. And then Allan with another goal right here, banging it in. So, just tons of goals. We end up winning 6-3. So that was our first match, kind of our warm-up match. Now, this is what I was talking about. We're a beginner team going up against a team like this with inform Neymar, inform Mbappe, inform Mane, the Salah. I believe that's the team of the group stage. I believe that's what it is. That Footmas, Sissoko, John Barnes, the Dembele, I mean, not Dembele, got Mendy, Footmas card. So Virgil van Dijk. Just absolutely epic team. So, we had to put on our big boy pants for this game. Let me show you some of the highlights from this one. So, we start off early. Whenever you're playing someone like this, just control the ball well, be safe. I'll show you some of these highlights. Like I've tried to show you some of the build-up play from this. And then here's just the speed of Douglas Costa and his dribbling. He never closes out. I was like, oh my gosh, when that first one was saved, I was like, oh my gosh, not one of these games. But we do get a slightly lucky that it bounced over to Dembele for the goal, but we deserved the goal from that spot. So here we are early again. We just kind of slow up our dribble there a little bit. I don't know if you noticed that, just kind of vary up your dribbling a little bit. Don't just always go full steam. Don't just always do that fake shot stop. Just mix up your dribbling a little bit. So we slowed up a little bit, allowed a little bit of space. Allan bangs that one in. We go up 2-0 in the 22nd minute, and we get a rage quit. So we go up against that epic team. We force them to rage quit in 22 minutes. So that was just absolutely amazing. So that made us feel good. Then we go up into this. This is our third game going up against another really strong team, not as strong as that one before. And they've got that informed Ben Yedder, Crespo, Stoichkov, so just a really good team. So this was our first real test here. So you'll see what's going on here. We get a really, oh no, that's right. This game just did not go well. This was actually our first loss. I'll go ahead and spoil it for you. I remember this now. So we were kind of ringing a couple off the post. We had some chances. We just could never quite break through. So then our opponent brings it down. They get a goal. Like that one killed me a little bit. Like, let me just go back on that. Can I just go back a little? So yeah, we rang one off the post. So our opponent passes in. I feel like I'm in good defensive position there, but somehow they're just able to just work it right around me, just get right around my defender there, and just did not get to tackle, and they bury the goal. So, but luckily, I believe we strike right back. Nice. No, what happened here? Do I get it back? I've got to remember what happened. Yeah, so we played good defense. We got it back. Yeah, we're really fighting here. There we go. Mertens wins it, buries it. So that was a nice goal to get it back 1-1. We kind of had to fight for that one. That was a little bit of just bouncing all around everywhere. So there we kind of felt like we kind of had the ball, but we gave it back up. There we get to steal. Oh, man, we pass it right back to them. So that was a mistake there. Oh, gosh, I'm remembering this game now. So that one we tackled the ball and it went right back to them. So that's a notorious thing in FIFA, that sometimes you basically clearly hit the ball, but you see now the position right now, Ben Yedder is 1v1 versus the keeper. No one's there. Let me see if I can go back just a little bit. So, that was a poor pass by us. So, it leads to this mistake here, but we are right there on the ball. The ball is out there, free to be taken. We hit the ball, but it goes right back to Ben Yedder, and Ben Yedder just buries it. So, now we're down 2-1. Do we give up another one there? So that one was more a little bit of poor defense from me. Let me just go back and look at that. So, we want to learn from everything here. We want to just make sure we take advantage of everything and get one more look at that one where I felt like we had that tackle. And this goal was just a couple minutes later. I was probably out of it a little bit. So that one I probably could have defended a little better. I may have just been out of it a little bit mentally. But we do come back here. Allan, nice pass and nice burial of the ball right there. So we make it 3-2, and we fight back even harder. We're coming at it. We're not going to die, down 2 goals, but we come right back and tie it right before the break. And then let's see what happens here. So we've got the ball in the second half. Passed over. Oh, my gosh. That one just gets blocked out. Did not get the chance. Oh, my. Something was up with this game. There's just something wrong with my defending there. It's either something because let's go back a second and watch this one. Here's the miss there. They get just a block. Now watch what happens here. Somehow it changes. I don't know if you saw that. The defenders changed. So I think, let me just go back just a little bit more again. Sorry about this. So I am on Lucas Hernandez right there. And somehow I must have either tapped the button. Maybe I intentionally switched. I don't know. But the way I act is that I don't feel like I had changed the ball. So see there, it switched, I believe, to Longley. And I'm moving them like I'm Lucas Hernandez. See, I'm moving up. And that's actually opening up the space for the player. And, then I see it. But by then it's too late. He's by me. And I go a little bit too far and get beaten on that stop fake. And then they did get one more goal, in garbage time. I'd basically just stopped playing. So, Ended up losing that game 5-3. That was our first loss. We did have more shots, more possession. Felt like we played well. We had 90% pass accuracy. I mean, it was a good game we played. We just couldn't quite get the win there. So then we're going up against another really strong team, David Villa, Pep Guardiola, Cesc Fabregas, Di Maria. So just really good players out here. He's got the Bobby Moore. He probably did that from icon swaps too. So we give up a really crappy goal here early, just pass out from the keeper, and they can't recover. So we give up a goal early, down 1-0. So those are the goals that you just really can't afford to give up. But then Lautaro, absolute monster. Look at that. I want to watch that again. That was beautiful. So they're a terrible goal we give up, but we do fight right back. You know, I was a little upset. You know, you kind of remember your feelings like, gosh, game that was blocked. But then Lautaro just heads that ball like a monster into the back of the net. So here I'm showing you, I'm pushing forward. That was pushing forward with Nelson Semedo right there. He helped open up all that space. So, you know, just trying to show you some different ways to score. You know, make sure you vary up your attacks. So let me just go back on this. So you see right there, this is Nelson Semedo, my right back, but I've got tons and tons of space. So acres of space to push forward in. So I'm going to push forward until they at least stop me. And then that helps set all of this up. That allowed my forwards to push forward. So now we've got a nice situation. Great save. Luckily, it comes right back to Mertens. And here we're building up again. Nice pass. That time we kind of do a lob pass. Then Dembele stops. Does come back to him. That's a little fortunate, but that's fine. Get it back to Lautaro, who buries it. Just absolute monster Lautaro is. Here we go. Douglas Costa, speed demon down the wing. And he can dribble with anybody. So like I said, if you need someone to open up space for you to break down defenses, he is your man. Oh my gosh, that one was saved. I can't believe that. What a save. But here we go. Can we end this match? Nice pass across. Oh man, what a save that was. So Areola made the save. Oh, but I think, yeah, that one led to the rage quit. We were dominating the match. We couldn't quite get in that fourth or fifth goal to just really break it down. But you can see here, we pretty much dominated the match, had 11 shots. Our opponent had 5. So really nice win. And I guess they just figured they didn't have any way of coming back in the last 15 minutes. So going up against this next opponent, Rice Baby. And he's got Mbappe, and he's got the new Ben Yedder in form. And, you know, Dembele, Mane, Wijnaldum. So it's not a superstar team, but, you know, still a better team than what we have, especially with Mbappe. I mean, that Mane right there costs basically what our entire team does. So just one card, not even his best card, costs what our entire team does. So let's see what happens in this one versus Rice Baby. So nice there. We're nice. You know, make sure you're shielding the ball as much as possible. Very nice strength there. Allowed everyone to get through, and Allan buried that goal. And then let's see. They have a corner. They work it around a little bit. Oh, get it to Mane. And Mane buries that finesse shot. So we're tied up at 1. Work it around. You know, until you have it, then we got it. Oh, we missed right there. Lautaro with the miss. So he is human. He does miss from time to time. There, Douglas Costa working the wing right before half. This is a great time to score. It seems like the game kind of skews in the attacking team's favor, but that one was really nice. I want to look at that one again. So we're kind of driving down, and I look here. So you see right there, Lautaro is offside. So we're kind of waiting. Then he gets back on, and then he's able to bury it. So, you know, sometimes you have to wait just a little bit for your opportunities. And here's one. This is turning defense into offense. So you see here, our opponent's dribbling down a little bit. You know, I went back a little too far, but we can watch this goal. That's okay. Lautaro again, just turning and burying it beautifully. But here, our opponent is dribbling into our zone. We get nice and stout. We steal the ball. You know, just turn it right back. You know, the counter-attacking game in FIFA 20 is very OP. So, you know, you want to make sure to try to take advantage, get the ball up. You know, even if you're not scoring directly on the counter, you know, it leads to these chances. You know, and again, you know, if you just keep getting chance after chance after chance, then you're going to get to bury that one. So we won that game 3-1. So doing pretty well. Then we're going up against this guy. Let's see his team. So not a super epic team, but, you know, pretty good backline. Cannavaro, Nesta, De Gea, Puyol. So some really good defenders back there. Raheem Sterling, Fabinho. So very solid team, but not the best of the best teams. I kind of remember this game now. I remember that Lorenzo Insigne, and I think this game is just like the highest scoring game that we've had this weekend league. It's just one of the, like, FIFA is so weird that it just can vary from game to game. So there we get an early goal. We're feeling good about ourselves. But then he gets one right back with Insigne. I think it's just Insigne just went crazy. So it's 1-1. Let's see what we do here. Off the corner, we're just working the corner. It didn't quite come out the way I do. I normally play it short and try to work something, but, we do wait. We do end up finding that opportunity. Bang it on through Lautaro to Douglas Costa. Nice. Douglas Costa finds the ball and buries it. So we're up 2-1. Let's see. So then again, defense into offense. Just try to counter your opponents. Counters are so hard to stop. And even if you, like I said, I'm not scoring directly off the counter. You don't want to force it, but you're making your opponent scramble. They're not getting back into their shape. So, that's one of the reasons it's so OP. We're recycling, but you see his whole defense is scrambling a little bit. So you just kind of need to work it around. Nice move there. That was pretty. So we kind of drug him out, spun around, and got the goal. Oh, my God. So there, our defender just lost it, gave up a goal. Oh, this is a really cool free kick move, and a lot of you may probably have seen it, but it's very hard to pull off now. They made some changes to where your passes on free kicks go like 1,000 miles per hour. So for whatever reason, I don't know why they changed it to do that. So if you pass the ball super quick, the ball will just sail out through the back line. So you have to time this like perfectly now, but it still works really well. I'm a little bit too far out. Now, Mertens can bang in a free kick, but for me anyway, I need to be a little bit closer. So I'm a little too far out from where I would feel comfortable banging in a goal from here. So we're calling our second and our third man, sending them on a run. So here we're going to have Ruslan go, and we've got to wait a little bit, time it just right, lands right on Ruslan's feet, and Ruslan's able to bury that one. So we go up 4-2 from that one. And again, defense and offense, especially when your opponent's starting to push a little bit, they're trying to get those goals, so we're able to come. Dembele, that was beautiful. Nice shot. So now we're up 5-2. I'm feeling pretty good. It seems like game over, but then we give up a goal, 5-3. Then, Ter Stegen punches it out. We don't recover quite quickly enough. Get down here, 5-4, and Insigne with another goal. I'm like, geez, what is going on in this game? But we hold our own. It's crazy when you feel like you have those games done and dusted, and then you have to fight back through it. But, oh my gosh, that one was a miss. So I thought that one would have buried it, but it didn't. So we're into the 89th minute. We've got a 1-goal lead. We could try to dribble out a little bit. I do try to hold possession and only go when I've got a really good opportunity. But there we have a really good opportunity, and we do bury it with Douglas Costa on the wing. We win that game 6-4. Crazy game. But, whether you're playing 2-1 or 6-4, you just got to keep playing your game. So now we're going up against another super team. Mbappe, Neymar, Mahrez, and this guy was a really good player. This was probably the first good player we had. This guy could be Division 2, Division 1. He was a pretty solid player. So let's watch some of this match. I think we give up a goal early, if I remember. This one bugged me. We do play really nicely and come back in this, but this Mahrez goal was just like, how did that one get through? And I think I've got a replay of that one because that one just bugged me how that one got through. But we fight right back. We get a goal. Mertens using his strength, binding off. Oh, that was beautiful. And I think I've got a replay of that too. So, and this is sometimes one way you can tell when you're in a tough match or you're playing a good player. You saw that last game was 6-4. Now we're in a 1-1 match with 3 total shots. We have 2 shots. Our opponent has 1 shot. So they're very stout defensively. You've got to really focus on your defense in games like this because, that one slip up, it's going to be hard for you to come back. So we come out in the second half, just working. This kind of shows you just how hard I had to work for this goal. It's just like pass around. And then we try to find an opportunity. It's not there, recycle when it's not there, use your mids back there. Then we do get that opportunity, and Lautaro, just absolute monster, buried that one. And that was pretty much the last chance of the game. So, we had to really buckle down on our defense. We got the win 2-1 against a very strong player. And so we're very happy about that. So here, this was the one. This is the Riyad Mahrez goal, the first goal we gave up. I was trying to figure out how he got through because it just seemed like he just booted it. But Lucas, no, that was Longley. Longley moved out of the way a little bit. Ter Stegen goes down and it goes just right through his legs on like a scissor kick. So that's how it ended up in the back of the net. And then we had this really strong goal, like Dries Mertens just fighting his booty off there, just backing off people. Look at that, using his strength, just fight off people, gather the ball, and just bury it. That was a really pretty goal. I like that one a lot, just the strength that he used there. Now going up against another pretty strong team. They've got a Haji, Mane, Pep Guardiola, Michael Ballack. They have that Schweinsteiger. So really strong team. So again, pretty much everyone we're going up against is going to have a better team than we do. Kind of makes it fun in a way, but it's also disheartening when you feel like you maybe could have won a game that you do end up losing. But I believe this one we do win, but let's see what happens. So there, Douglas Costa, again, breaking down defenses with his speed, get enough passing there. We get a nice pass out. Oh my gosh, that pass just sailed away, but we stick with it. Mertens, no. But we get a nice steal, and Allan buries that one. Very nice. So building it up in the back, get that run up. If your opponent's pushing up, you got to kill them down the wing. You just got to be able to. You've got to be able to score a lot of different ways, like you saw in that last game, in that 2-1 game. We kind of had to fight in the midfield and recycle. They weren't going to give up those runs down the wing. Everybody's going to play a little different, so you've got to adapt your game. So this guy pushed up a lot more, so I was able to get down his wing and use my speed. But you're going to go up against players that are either on drop back or they're good at stopping that counter or stopping the break. So then you have to do those passes in the midfield and recycle and just keep passing and passing and passing. So you've got to be multifaceted with your game, but that ended up being a really nice goal. We're up 3-0 right now. Let's see what we can do here. Nice pass. That was a really nice pass right there. So that 4-0, and that's one thing too. If this would have been with my main team, I maybe would have got a rage quit when I went up 2-0. But when people going up against our team aren't exactly scared of it, so they're going to think they can come back. So that one we had to wait till we were up 4-0 in the 83rd minute to be able to get the rage quit from our opponent. So, but that's just part of the deal. Now this was the match. This guy was a really, really good player. And with my main team, it would have been a better match, but I'm not saying I would have won it. It would have been a good match. We were probably equal in terms of skill level. I did give him a hard time. I played my booty off, but did not quite work out for us. So this does end up being a loss. But I feel like we did play really strong defense. We end up giving up that, giving up a goal off of a deflection like that. That was a little bit hard to swallow, so we ended up giving up that one goal off of the deflection. And then here I'm and let me show you what I did here. This is my mistake, but it was an intentional mistake. So what I'm doing, I'm down a goal. I'm going up against a really good player. I'm trying to force something to happen. So what I do is I jump back. I'm trying to get him to come back to me a little bit, but he ends up going right around it and then is able to bury it with his Neymar. But, I was trying to force something to happen, to play a little different, force him to do something out of the ordinary, but he just went around and got the goal. So, that one there, I was in a desperation point trying to do it. But, this opponent, he did end up winning 2-0. Very good player, played really strong. So no complaints there. That's probably the only match that I was not fully in and would have needed better players to pull out. So now we're going up against another pretty strong team. Mbappe, Sterling, Scream, Dele Alli. So, really good players top to bottom. Not a super, super team, but, a really good squad. So we're working it on the wing, working it in. Dembele coming out with it. Again, sometimes you just have to work it around the midfield until you find that right spot, and then you've just got to have someone that can bury that one. And that was probably my biggest problem with Rashford. He could bury some goals, but he kind of had to be in ideal situations. Like Lautaro and Dries Mertens, they can just bury goals from about anywhere. So they have really improved my game or been able to help me be able to do some of the things that I wasn't able to do with Rashford and Martial. So nice passing back and forth, end up with a nice goal right there. Nice steal. So again, defense to offense. So we're moving it. It's making your opponent, you see just how scattered the defense is right now. There's no real shape to it. We're able to work around it. Or so I have to fight it a little bit. He recovered pretty nicely, but there's still, you never fully recover your shape as long as you're attacking there. So that one put us up 3-0, and I think that leads to a rage quit, or does it? Yeah, so he quits at 57 minutes, and I believe that was our last game. Let me see. Is there anything else? No, yeah, that was the last game we played. So right now, 8 wins, 3 losses. I'm pretty happy with that. Nothing to complain about. Let me tell you my stats right now. So played 11 games. Lautaro is 12 goals, 7 assists, so 19 points in 11 games. Douglas Costa is 2 goals and 4 assists, so only 6 points. But again, when you're using Douglas Costa, you're not really using him to bury goals. You're using him just to open up defenses. You just want to unlock them. His speed down the wing, his agility. There's just lots of things he can do that create goals and assists for other people. He may not be directly getting the assist, but he's opening up a defender to free up space in the middle. Dries Mertens is 9 goals and 5 assists, so 14 points in 11 games. Dembele is 3 goals and 5 assists, so 8 points. Matuidi is 0 goals, 1 assist. And Allan, who has been just a revelation. I've never played him as a two-way player in the game. He's always just been my defensive lockdown midfielder, and he's still a defensive midfielder. But Allan is a little bit more attacking than Matuidi is in game. So you can see there he's 71 shots, 78 passing, and Matuidi's 66 shots, 76 passing. So I put Allan in more of the two-way role, and Matuidi is more just a defender. And Allan is 6 goals and 5 assists, and that's playing in a defensive midfield role and a 4-2-3-1. So he has been absolutely epic for me. He's probably been the biggest surprise. And I guess also Lautaro, I've heard good things about him, but I haven't really played with him seriously, at least one of his top-notch cards. So just been absolutely epic. Oh, and one more thing that we've done, I forgot to show you guys this. In Division Rivals, we did make it to Division 3. I'm very happy with that, to get there with the starter squad. I don't know when we'll push to Division 2. I don't know that we can make it to Division 1 with this team. It's just once you get into the Division 2, it gets, Division 4 is actually a lot better than I thought it was. So Division 3 is going to be a little better, but when you get up into those even higher divisions, it's even more serious. So we're going to have to get some more quality players. And so hopefully, Team of the Year is coming soon. We've got the 58,000 coins. Let's see, we've sold 28 different things. So, make sure you're buying your bronze packs and look at all these bronzes that have sold. You just got to keep relisting. 1,400 coin bronze, 1,100 coin bronze. So, all these bronze packs pay off. A few contracts have sold. So make sure we're relisting all the time. But anyways, guys, this is going to wrap up the video. I hope you liked it. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. We're going to have some more fun with this. I've had a lot of fun playing this account. But again, make sure you subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me everywhere. But I'll see you guys soon. Bye.